All right, chop chop. Let's get to it. We got it for you. Strawberry letter.
Thank you, nephew. Thank you, thank you. Subject thinking with the wrong body part. Dear Steve and Shirley, I've been friends with this woman for a little over 6 years. We met at work and quickly became friends, but we didn't hang out because she was married and that's not cool to me. We all got closer and they made me the godfather of their son, but for whatever reason, the father became more and more distant as she seemed to get more and more dependent on me. He would be home and she would need to run errands. They would ask if I could watch their son and she would go out and I would babysit. The marriage ended about 19 months ago, and I was there through all the tears, the hurt, and the anger. The father is MIA, and so I do things with my godson. I love hanging out with the little man. People at the mall, Walmart, and around town think he is my son. Last weekend, he and I went to the Bobcats game in Charlotte. We got back to town about 1 a.m. She came to the door in her robe. No, not like my mom's robe. It was a satin one that fell in the middle of the thigh.
Yes.
She said that it was late and that I looked tired, so I should just spend the night and I could sleep in the guest room.
Come on now.
I won't tell you that one thing led to another bit because I had that feeling, you know. We had sex and it was really, really good. But I am really not feeling her like that. Yes, I love her, but we've been friends so long. I would continue to have sex with her, but I can't because since then she has been clingy and inquisitive. How do I remove that without expelling myself from little man's life? He is not my son, but I feel like he is. I was thinking with the wrong body part. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, welcome, Rebel family. Today's video, thinking with the wrong body part, a strawberry letter. And I'm going to rewind this because I want to go piece by piece. I wanted you to hear it in context. And then we'll get to Steve and Shirley's different advice. But I wanted you to hear that in context. And then we will. I'm gonna play it forward here. So let's go ahead and rewind it here.
All right, chop chop. Let's get to it. We got it for you. Strawberry letter.
Thank you, nephew. Thank you, thank you. Subject thinking with the wrong body part. Dear Steve and Shirley, I've been friends with this woman for a little over 6 years. We met at work and quickly became friends, but we didn't hang out because she was married and that's not cool to me. We all got closer and they made me the godfather of their son, but for whatever reason.
Okay, let me stop it right there. So he met the woman at work. They knew each other for 6 years or whatever. So immediately when they met at work, he was attracted to the woman. She must have been some sort of attraction to him or whatever as well. But this is a grimy thing for this dude to do. This dude is grimy as heck because, he obviously has some attraction to the woman. He said they didn't hang out because she was married. So if she wouldn't have been married, he would have been fine with getting with her in a more romantic fashion. But since she was married, he says it's not cool. But he still had those feelings for her. So then to get close enough to the woman and her husband, so close that they make you the godfather of their son, I think that's a grimy thing to do. And it isn't something that should be applauded. This guy is grimy.
The father became more and more distant as she seemed to get more and more dependent on me.
Okay, so because the father picked up on it, the father recognized the energy between the two of you. He recognized, okay, wait a minute, this dude ain't just friends with my wife like that. There's something else. There's something else to this. So that's why he got distant between you and the wife got as the wife got clingier. He could see what was going on, and he may have even thought that you guys had sex before you actually wind up doing, and I kind of believe that as well because she got clingier and clingier and she's married. Why is she so clingy towards you? And then he's getting distant. The dude picked up on it.
He would be home and she would need to run errands. They would ask if I could watch their son and she would go out and I would babysit. The marriage ended about
Okay, before the marriage ending, what kind of simp is this? To babysit someone's kids while both parents are busy doing something else. She's going out wherever I'm not sure where the father was or whatever, why he couldn't, keep his own child. But this dude did it. And the reason why he did it is to continue to get closer to that woman because he still has hopes of having sex with this woman at some point. So he will put in all the time that I guess he doesn't have any children or he doesn't have a wife or anything, whatever. He doesn't have some kind of life of his own, so he's living to get with this woman and he will do anything to get it apparently, including babysit the kid while the husband and the wife are out. Now he's going to play Dr. Phil therapist here.
19 months ago, and I was there through all the tears, the hurt, and the anger. The father is MIA, and so I do things with my godson.
Okay, so the father's MIA. Now, the father suspecting his wife was cheating with this dude does not give him the right to not be in his son's life. That's a punk move right there, that he should actually be in the child's life no matter whatever was going on with the wife and the Godfather dude or whatever. Like, look, I'm gonna take my son to do X, Y, and Z or whatever. You don't get time with our son like that. The time is split between me and the mother or whatever. But yeah, he's doing all this so he can still get closer to that woman.
I love hanging out with the little man. People at the mall, Walmart, and around town think he is my son. Last weekend, he and I.
Yeah, so they think you're his son because that's what you want. You still have you have this fantasy in mind that you are the husband of this woman and the father of this child because you're infatuated. Dude is infatuated with this woman.
I went to the Bobcats game in Charlotte. We got back to town about 1 a.m. She came to the door in her robe. No, not like my mom's robe. It was a satin one that fell in the middle of the thigh.
Yes.
She said that it was late and that I looked tired, so I should just spend the night and I could sleep in the guest room.
Come on now.
I won't tell you that one thing led to another bit because I had that feeling, We had sex and it was really, really good. But I am really not feeling her like that. Yes, I love her, but we've been friends so long. I would continue to have sex with her, but I can't because since then, she has been clingy and inquisitive. How do I remove that without expelling myself from little man's life? He is not my son, but I feel like he is. I was thinking with the wrong body part.
Yep, and so the wrong body part got him into all of this. Now he has to live with it because even though he said the sex was really, really good, it actually wasn't. Because if it was, he'd keep hitting it. And the fact that he doesn't want to hit it anymore and she's so clingy, because when the husband was there, and like again, I don't know if they were having sex beforehand. It kind of seems that way because okay, with the husband there, the husband has to deal with all your stuff. You have a husband to go home to, right? She had a husband to go home to, so we could just hang out, do whatever. Now that she, I don't have to put in all this time. Now that she has no husband, oh, guess what? She needs that emotional connection. She needs that time, that quality time with a man, and she has no husband. So guess what, buddy? You're it. You're her quote unquote best friend. You guys are so good. The sex was great. So that's the perfect thing that women are looking for, right? Someone who fulfills their sexual needs and desires or whatever, but then are actually friends with them. You could actually talk with them. You have some type of relationship and some type of rapport with them outside of sex. So that's the perfect thing that most women are looking for, and you fulfilled it. Now you don't want that. And like I said, if the sex was great, he would still hit it. Despite all the clinginess, now you only want to have a relationship with the son because the sex wasn't like you thought it was going to be. Your infatuation, all these years, the build up, the 6 years and plus or whatever. Now it turns out, well, this wasn't what you expected, and that's exactly what's going on here. Because again, men are this way. If the sex is great, you're gonna hit it again, despite her being clingy, because you can You can ignore her phone calls. You don't live with her. You can ignore her phone calls. You could, you know, whatever. You don't have to get into a relationship with her, et cetera, et cetera. So there's ways that you can get past the clinginess. It just wasn't. It just wasn't what he thought.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You definitely were thinking with the wrong body part at that particular time. I mean, let's be honest here. You took advantage of a situation that was, yes, presented to you.
Oh, see, she tried to flip it because she knew she sounded crazy. She was about to say he took advantage of this woman, a grown woman who isn't married. She was about to say that, and then she kind of flipped it. Yes, you took advantage of a situation that was presented to you. She had to try to clean that up because she would have got some hate mail on that one. And I'm still making sure I'm pointing out how crazy these women sound. That grown women are just such victims all the time, right? I mean, it's all this women empowerment, but it seems to be the more empowered women are, the more the victim status comes in because they can't do anything without it being a man that kind of tricked them into doing it, or they took advantage or something. I mean, that was silly. She tried to clean it up, but now I'm still pointing out that she was about to say that woman was taken advantage of.
By your so-called friend in the wee hours of the night.
And
like you said.
And he didn't even push it. She did. See, this is the thing with this lady, man. And again, her and Steve are from that baby boomer generation, so they have their mindsets, man. That generation, sometimes they should not give advice to these younger generations. I tell you, and not all Generation X should give uh, advice to some of these younger generations because of the simp mindsets. You know, this woman has no agency. She's the one that came to the door with her, nightgown on, offering this dude to stay there. And did he have his own hotel or anything that he could have went back to? Because him being that tired, a hotel is not that far. I don't know where they're at or whatever, but he said they got back into town. I'm like, well, for one, why are they letting this man take their, Godfather or not? I'm like, why are you letting this man take your son out of town? I don't know how old the kid is. The kid can't be more than 10. But why are you letting this grown man take your son out of town? And you or the ex-husband is not there, right? You don't know what's going on with this with that situation. That wouldn't be something that I would do personally. I wouldn't. He's the Godfather. Okay, yeah, that means that we're close friends, but that wasn't even the husband's friend. That was her friend. But that wouldn't be me. But dude had to have some type of, if he's coming out of town or they live in the same city, whatever it is, he could drive to either a hotel or his own place. He didn't have to stay there. So she chose very clearly, hey, it's about to be on because of what I got on, and I'm telling you to stay here in the guest room. Yeah, and I'm gonna come in the guest room, or you're gonna come in my room once the kid is asleep. Got it.
You had that feeling. Very hard to resist just on so many levels. The lingerie she had on, that was not like your mom's. It was a sexy little satin number. But, why does she do it? She was lonely.
So she was lonely. So then that's why she did it. This woman has an excuse for this lady. I mean, come on. She was lonely. Come on. She had been wanting it as well for all these years, and this was the opportunity. I mean, come on, stop. I mean, Shirley, come on, please.
She looks at you differently now. You're spending a lot of time with her son. She sees you as maybe not just her friend. Her feelings have changed. She wanted to check it out, see what it was all about. And now, since you guys had this really great sex, now, hey, she sprung a little bit. So, yeah, your dilemma is, how do you remain in the son's life without,
you might not be able
her
to.
On?
Okay, this stupid idiot, you might not be able to. You're not a legal father of this kid. I don't care, Godfather or whatever. If you and the woman don't get along, and you don't get along with the husband, that's it for you and the kid. It's not your son. You're just gonna have to eat that. That's just silly.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna say nothing
you
bad
gotta-
about the woman.
You don't want to hurt the boy. You really don't. But you got to talk to this woman. You can't just keep sleeping with her and expect her not to expect anything from you. So
What? They're having sex. She's getting something. What is she talking about?
So you need to decide what you're going to do. I mean, you got to talk to this woman. I think that you
Talk
and
to her
the
and
son
say
can
what?
still have a relationship. But if you don't want a relationship with the woman, you cannot lead her on. I don't care how sexy she looks. She can come to the door naked.
Nah.
You got to say no.
Oh, no, she can't.
Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm glad the brothers are pushing back. What is this lady talking about? I'm glad Tommy and Steve are pushing back. No, she comes to the door naked. That's what when she's a grown woman, she knows what it is. What is this lady talking about?
You got to say no. You
No.
got to stop.
No, ain't nobody got
Naked?
that now.
Yeah.
Coming to the door naked. No, come on, Shirley.
Shirley, come on. Yeah, even they saying, come on, Shirley.
Cut that
He's
out.
got to
Nice.
stop.
No,
She gotta stop.
Got to tell her.
she
Go
gotta
ahead,
stop.
Steve.
There you go. She gotta stop. That's what I'm
Come on,
saying.
big dog.
She started this, but let me tell you what's wrong at the top of this.
See what
What?
Steve was gonna
First
say.
of all, my man, I appreciate you writing the letter. Some of the stuff in the letter true, but hold on, let me tell you something. I've been friends with this woman for a little over 6 years. We met at work and quickly became friends. Why?
Right. Exactly.
Why? But we didn't hang out because she was married, and that's not cool to me. Okay, cool. You got some character, you got some morals.
No,
that's
he doesn't
cool.
have any
But
character.
the reason that you didn't hang out with her at the time was because she was married. But you quickly became friends with her, though. Why?
Right.
Because you attracted to her.
Exactly. Steve picked
Let's
up
just
on what
come
I
on,
picked up on. Exactly.
Quickly became friends. But we didn't hang out because she was married.
Right.
That wasn't cool to me. Well, she ain't married now.
Yeah.
See, so now this quickly becoming friends and, didn't hang out cause you would marry. See, that's out the window now. See, most people don't see that in the letter, but me though, see, cause I'm you. I'm a man.
Look, it's funny because I didn't know what Steve was gonna say. I heard the first part of it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna react to this. But it's funny because Steve is picking up what I'm picking up on. He understood where the dude was coming from. Of course, Shirley's gonna miss it because she's not thinking from a male perspective. But Steve is picking up on what I was picking up on. Why did he become friends with her? Because he was attracted to her. It's obvious. Now she doesn't. There's nothing barring her from being in a relationship with her, and that's not what he wanted. But then, like I said, the sex wasn't great. I don't know if Steve is going to say this or not, but the sex wasn't great because if it was, he'd keep hitting it.
So now let's get that out the way. You've always been attracted to her. We got closer. They made me the godfather, they son.
Which was
For
slimy.
whatever reason, the father more distant. He would come home. She'd have to run errands. In would ask, and I would watch their son. She would go out. I would babysit. What?
Yeah.
What grown ass man?
Okay, so both of them are picking up on. It's funny, yo. We're kind of in a line on this one because they're picking up on some of the things that I picked up on. Like, what grown man does that? That dude was simping hard to get this woman, and it turned out to not be what he thought it was gonna be, and that's what it was.
Over some woman's house, babysitting her baby while she
Right.
out and the dude out. Come on, man. The marriage ended after 19 months ago, and I was there through all the tears, the hurt, and the anger. The father is MIA. Yeah, I bet you was there through all of it.
Right.
So while you was consoling her, and I do things with my godson, and you skipped over that like I can't read between them damn lines. If you there for all the tears, the hurt, and all
Right,
this.
absolutely.
Come on, player. Player. It's natural.
It's what, Steve?
Come on,
It's
boy.
natural.
Come on, boy.
This the way it go, boy.
Not your ass.
Man, girl, man there for the girl crying, upset. I'll hold you, console you. Give you
Right.
baby while you get it together. Next thing you know, she at the door half naked.
Yeah.
Where that come from? You think that came out of nowhere?
We gotta
I
go,
don't.
Steve.
Okay.
Be right back with the rest of it.
All right, so that was then, and we kind of agreed a little bit on that one. I didn't disagree with anything that Steve said. He didn't go as deep as I did. I don't think in terms of I don't believe that the dude enjoyed the sex with the woman, and he definitely doesn't want the responsibility of a relationship. He's been 6 years single, and he can have his female attention from her. He got the sex. Now he doesn't want to be that guy providing the male attention to her, and that's just what it is. But those are my final thoughts. Peace, Rebel family.